We
Looks
are
like we're
live.
live. Hey everyone, I know people will be jumping in to the live here shortly. I'm going to share out things and I'm going to let Bree and Amanda talk a little bit. Tonight we're doing some talk about the Right Out of Darkness sponsorship, and we brought founder Amanda Burns on and our merch director Bree Rollins and travel train captain Melissa, as well as a sponsorship. So maybe first you guys should talk about this new sponsorship that Melissa's company is doing. While I go share all the things I got to.
Okay. Trying to make sure I got the updated list here. I just posted it. Now I'm like, where'd it go? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Melissa, are you able to hear?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining again and all your support in so many different ways. If no one has met Melissa through the videos and all the different things that we're doing on the Facebook page, the Love Surrounds You - Right Out of the Darkness Facebook page, Melissa shared her story with OJ and I, and she works with RB&H. It's Recreate Behavioral Health Network. And
Oh,
they
I just
picked
lost
up.
sound. I got to
Oh,
exit
you
and come
did?
back.
Hear me now?
No, so I think what happened is that with the program, she had to leave and then come back.
Oh,
Yeah, it's funny
wait.
like that.
Hi, Holly.
Hi. I'm trying to figure out how to do my background over here.
Yeah. Okay, so welcome back, Melissa. I'm going to keep going on you, okay? So I was just
Okay.
sharing that, Melissa, if you haven't, seen on the Love Surrounds You, I'm going to take my Invisalign out in a minute so I don't sit here and keep spitting out words. She is our South Florida travel train director. So she has, come up in the previous years and been a part of the travel train. She's come up from Miami area and even past Lakeland to get up with the travel train to come back down. This year, she's bringing her own crew, and that's building. And we've talked a little bit about that. But this time, today, she is officially with the company she works for, has started with sponsorship. She's done a community sponsorship with Recreate Behavioral Health Network. And I'm going to go ahead, just because I know we'll have some more people on, Melissa, and go ahead and give you an opportunity to talk about that and talk about what it is you do. And I hope everyone will go check it out. I have tagged them on our Facebook page, and we'll create more video with that. So yeah, tell us a little bit about the company and all the mental health and all the resources you all provide, and we're looking forward to that.
All right, perfect. So, hi everybody. I'm Melissa. So, yeah, I work for a company called Recreate Behavioral Health Network, which it has several facilities to treat mental health disorders and substance use disorders. It's I don't want to say it's inpatient. We have all different levels of care. From if you were a substance use user, we start from detox all the way to residential treatment to partial hospitalization with like an outpatient, like a housing type situation. And we have residential mental health treatment and what they call as partial hospitalization treatment. So it's when people are looking for pretty intensive care to treat their mental health issues and substance use disorders. We have two facilities in Florida. So I work at the Boynton Beach facility, which is called Recreate Life Counseling, where we do both mental health and substance use disorder treatment. And then we have a facility up in New York, one in New Jersey, one in Ohio, and we partner with the facility over in Tampa as well. So we really try to focus on bringing like evidence-based treatment, which is coupled with like practical life skills so they can take what they learn and bring it back into their lives. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, we've done, this will be our second year doing a resource booth, but our first year as sponsorship. So we're excited.
Yes. Yes, and I haven't got with you today since you just finalized the sponsorship today, but are y'all going to go ahead and do a booth this year?
Yes, we are doing a
Okay,
booth.
awesome, awesome. So we're looking forward to that, and thank you so much for that sponsorship. And maybe we can get together, and I'd love for all the different sponsors to do just a little video on that, or maybe you can get a good crew to do a little video, you know, from the community itself and the organization itself, and we can get that posted. Yeah, so excited. And obviously this is going to be a great partnership so that, you know, we take these scholarship money and we have people to refer to. And can you tell me one more time where all of these different places are located?
Yeah, so we have 2 in South Florida, 1 in West Palm Beach, 1 in Boynton Beach. And then for people that come from out of state, we have 1 in Ohio, 1 in New Jersey, and 1 on Long Island, New York. And what they do is, you know, they try to best match the person with the facility, because each facility has their own kind of specialties and offer different things. So when someone calls in, they do an assessment, and then whichever would best suit them, they would place at the
That's
best
awesome.
facility. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, that's pretty much how the scholarship process works, you know, because we have so many different partnerships. So, you know, being able to refer somebody out and kind of figure out what it is, and then you guys kind of figure that out, I think we'll spread out and have a lot of resources around the entire nation, not just right here in Lakeland, Florida. And I'm really looking forward to that. So that's awesome. You got anything else to add?
Just another thing that I love about our company is, like I said, it's a beautiful blend of people with, you know, the education, and then a lot of the staff members themselves are also in some type of recovery, be it a mental health or a substance use treatment. So you really get like the from the heart type care.
I love that. I love that. Okay. I did invite all the sponsors to attend. Obviously, not all of them can. Welcome everybody else, you know, Kermit, Rebecca, Lori, and we've got Holly, and then of course Bree. Well, you know, Bree's going to get on into the merch and all of that stuff here soon, but I do want to keep hitting on the sponsors while we have you on. OJ down here usually leads these things, and he's still on, but he is driving. So it's kind of in and out, but he's present down there with the wifey. Hello. Okay.
Technically, I'm not driving, but
Well, riding. I love the hat, by the way. I love it. Yeah, so thank you. So that again is Recreate Behavioral Health Network. You'll see that I just posted them on our Facebook page and all in the Facebook groups. I'm in the middle of making a video, so you'll be part of that video. And yeah, we're excited to partner with you all. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
How's it looking for the travel train?
I still don't know where our numbers are. I know of at least 10, but I don't know how many more will join.
Okay, awesome. Okay, we'll get you a list. I know there was a little problems with pulling the actual travel train list this last time, so I'll get with Nikki and we'll get you an updated list.
All right, sweet.
still in the works, and we should have it hopefully here by the next meeting.
Awesome.
We're getting close to 1 month out.
Yes. Yeah, we're down to 13 days before we actually close out the sponsorships for being on the t-shirts and the pre-registration for getting on the t-shirts. So we could use as much support as we can, pushing for people to get registered for their actual ride tickets by September 7th. And then same thing with the sponsorship. So, and I'll keep talking about that because this whole video is about sponsorship. And I want to give the opportunity for sponsors that join to talk about their companies. But that is, I mean, the more we build, you know, community sponsors across the nation, much less right here, the more partners we have and resources we have to connect people in the community. And that's our goal. And that deadline to get on the t-shirt is September 7th, right along with registration, because right when that closes, we're going to finish up making the back of the t-shirts and then start shipping them out to everybody like we promised. So if anybody else knows of any sponsors, please get that out. Thank you, Melissa. I'm going to keep you on if you have to get off, but I'm going to let Holly go. And Holly is representing Stewart Auto tonight in regards to sponsorship. But Holly has participated in the Ride Out of the Darkness and Love Surrounds You last few years as well. And she's worked and works well with Stewart Auto, who has been a sponsor with us since day one. They are a hero sponsor. They're also the sponsor who always brings out that remembrance banner. And as you know, we're going to have 4 this year. So we'll have one at the Speedway for everybody to do photography with that. And then we'll have one inside where the vendors are and one out with entertainment. And then they have already, actually these two, Bree did the design, and Holly and Stewart Auto created this year's 2026 banner. And that's already in the works. So I think they'll hopefully post a picture soon. But they also, I mean, they add so much to that. So, and they do a lot of work. And on top of that, Holly is also the Jeep coordinator. She's got a Jeep. And so she's big into the Jeep community and coordinating all the volunteers and the greeters and just making sure we've got a great representation for the Jeeps as well. So Holly, tell us a little bit about you, Stewart Auto, the sponsorship, what this means to you, all that good stuff.
Wow, you just introduced me, Amanda. So thank you. So Stewart Auto Repair has been basically in business for over 28 years. And I love how Melissa pretty much explained her company as a beautiful blend. I'm going to use the same verbiage because that's exactly what we are. We're a beautiful blend of basically the service department and also our collision center. So we're able to basically say that we're a one-stop shop. From anything from needing, air in your tires to a complete frame swap on a vehicle, we can help you. Doesn't matter what it is, we're going to take care of you. So anything automotive, like I said, we're your shop. We're in Polk County. We're certified on the collision center, which is where I work. I'm the parts director. We're certified by about 11 or 12 different manufacturers, which is something pretty huge to brag on because we're repairing the vehicles by basically the actual OEM manufacturer standards. The other thing for our service department, we pride ourselves on being a NAPA certified shop. So basically we're able to hold higher warranties than like a regular shop would be able to give you a warranty. We're able to go back and also have a warranty through NAPA, which is something pretty big. But that's enough about the shop. So as far as Love Surrounds You, yes, we actually, myself included, have done this ride since the very first one. So it's been amazing and humbling to just kind of watch how Amanda started something that had maybe, 30, 40 bikes at the very first one. And we like max capacitied out the Lakeland Church to max capacity basically at Sun and Fun. It's amazing to watch it. And then also know that you kind of watched it just grow and have all these different, people and just hearing the stories. And it's been the best part about it is honestly working the Stewart booth because you get to hear all those stories from people who are coming up and signing that banner and just knowing that they're still here or, there's somebody who's listening for them or there's somebody who's fighting for them. It reminds you, exactly like Melissa said, there's a beautiful blend of people in the world, and you're just proud to be a part of people who want to basically remind people that, hey, there's still good in this world.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's what I got for Stewart Auto Repair, and obviously we're very excited. Yes, Bree has been helping me tremendously, and we do have the banner for this year. It's like wanting to peel a Band-Aid back. I want to see it so bad, but we have not taken it out of the box yet, out of the cylinder. Because usually, obviously, our boss is Jason and Jenna Warner, which they're tremendous people when it comes to sponsoring Amanda and Chuck, not only for Love Surrounds You, but also with working with Burns Flooring, because they're kind of like right up the street for us. So anything that we need, they're kind of like, how can we help you? So we're sitting here, and I'm just kind of like, man, I really want to see this banner. I just really want to see it, but.
No, I'm ready to see it too.
On that part, but I'm so excited to see it. It's kind of like for us, it's kind of like you said, we're almost a month out, like OJ said. So for me, I'm kind of like, all right, I'm in the home stretch. I want to see this banner because once I see this banner, that it becomes real.
Yep, for
And
sure.
then we're pretty excited because we're also able to do the aftermarket as far as lift kits or running boards or lighting, whatever you need. So this year, one of my personal favorite vendors, which is Rough Country, they're also big on supporting veterans and veteran suicide, anything like that. My rep is actually going to be out there this year next to us, which is kind of exciting for us because it's a step in the direction of what Amanda has been wanting as far as having people realize, hey, this isn't just bikes. If you have something that has 4 wheels, great, I want you out there.
Thank you. Lori's having to jump off, sorry. So, and I'm forever grateful for Stewart Auto and all the work and everything that you all put in to even pull off this event and believing in the mission. And you know, it's been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. And I'm so forever grateful for that. Holly, would you go ahead and just take the opportunity to hit on, oh, Holly says she can't hear me. Can everyone else hear me? Okay. Bree, can you get off and ask Holly to talk about the Jeep coordinator stuff? I'm not sure why she can't hear me.
It helps if I can unmute myself. Holly,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Okay, so as far as for the Jeep coordinator position, I do also have to talk about my Broncos. I made myself a promise I would not send my Fords away. So as far as for the Jeep coordinator stuff, obviously if you have a Jeep or a Bronco and you're interested in helping, no matter what it is, just reach out to me. You can private message me. You can add me on Facebook. You can get Amanda to give my number. It doesn't matter. Obviously, the more help that I can get, the more I'm going to take. I'm just very excited to watch it go from, I believe it was about 3 years ago, we had maybe 5 or 6, max of 10 Jeeps. And last year we had, I don't even know how many we had. I think it was like 30 or 40 of them. There was a lot of them. So it's kind of, I guess it's simple whenever you are in something that you just kind of enjoy doing. So it's kind of like you're just talking about something that's natural to you. But other than that, I mean, that's as much as I got for the Jeep coordinator position because, you know, it's kind of second nature because I did not actually have a designated spot, but I technically started this about 3 years ago. I stepped in, helped Amanda and said, hey, let me help you with this Jeep side of it. I promise, like, we'll make this work. And now it's kind of like, oh, she's a Jeep person. And it's also fun because you still get to rope in and talk about Stewart Auto Repair because it's still talking about car stuff and just it becomes a whole second nature of talking to people about basically something that you love doing. And you're also in the industry of being able to help people on that side.
Awesome. Awesome. Can you hear me now, Holly? No, everybody else can. Okay. Melissa, I didn't catch Jackie. I didn't catch that was Jackie. So I didn't even give her a chance to talk. Jackie, I don't know if you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Hi.
Give you a shot in just a second. Holly, I know you can't hear me, but I'm just going to tell the rest of the world how grateful I am to Stewart Auto, and she'll just have to watch what I told her after the fact. So, Bree, will you message in the thing and just let her know that we're good? And I'm just thanking her. And if she thinks of anything else, just kind of pop back in. And I'm going to go ahead and give Jackie the floor. Jackie is also with Recreate Behavioral Health Network. So thank you, Jackie. And, you know, I know Melissa kind of already hit on it because we knew her, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to speak up and become, you know, a partner with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, if you guys want to tell Holly, I had the same problem. I couldn't hear anybody and I had to log off and log back in and I was able to hear everyone. So, but yeah, I am the director of business development for Recreate Behavioral Health Network. I won't be able to attend the event this year, but I'm super excited that we get to support all the good things that you do. I, you know, help people get into treatment. I work with admissions and the clinical aspect and operations and assist with helping clients stay in treatment. I also own a recovery house, a women's halfway house in Boynton Beach, in memory of my sister who passed away of an addiction overdose. So I love organizations like yours, and I'm glad that we can support and like show up for you guys.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm glad I at least got to put a face with a name and everything now. And if there's, I think you heard what I said to Melissa. So if there's something you two want to do together, talk about the business together, maybe even from there, anything we can do to promote. I would love our sponsors to do something from their actual communities or their organization or their facility, whatever it is, and kind of, explain to the world again, outside of this, what you're all about and what, you're doing with Love Surrounds You Right Out of the Darkness, and what you can do for, possibly our scholarship, participants and those kind of things. So, send that our way for sure. Holly, can you hear now? Okay. So, and if you two have anything else to add, just pop back on and feel free to have a conversation. It's kind of just an open forum right now. I know we're having little issues with sound and stuff, but we'll eventually get it sorted out. And I just got a text from my son. I know most of you already know. So I'm going to take 2 seconds. He did just land in San Antonio. It's been a long day. I've been up since 4. I dropped him off at MEPS this morning for the Air Force. And so I think he's about to not have his phone for the next, 7.5 weeks. I think I'll get a couple phone calls. So I'm going to text him real quick that I love him. And, thank you again to all of our sponsors we do have on this call. I'm going to turn it over to Bree, so she can start kind of talking about the merch and the t-shirt. And I love that she's got her little design back there and anything else, and talk about the website. Fast and Sketchy does sponsor and host a portion of the website. So Love Surrounds You doesn't have to pay for it. But there is a link in a specific collection specifically to them. You'll see that every single piece of merch always ends with -LSY, Love Surrounds You, so that we can hold it accountable. And we've got some really cool new things on there. So I'm going to let Bree have it from here.
All right. So this is a lot of pressure because I was not expecting to be put on the spot. However, it's fine. We will continue on just like we always do. Now, what I will go ahead and do is I'm actually going to put the Love Surrounds You merch link in the comments, so that way if anyone wants it and doesn't know where to go, you can go get to it from there. Now, one of the big things is that we really like to ensure that everyone is going to start being included in all of this. So if you've seen the designs previously, they have been, we got the Jeep, we got the bike, we got the muscle cars, regular cars, military members, all of that other fun stuff. So now we're just trying to work on how do we expand all of this. And if you give me 1 second, I'm going to try to figure out how to share my screen. Figured it out. Oh, maybe not. Maybe? No. Okay. It doesn't want to. Well, shoot. Anyway, so basically...
I think you can get it.
Do what?
You have to choose the individual. Once you go to the share screen, choose the individual page that you want.
I see it. Haha, here we go. All right, so as you guys can see, this is the merch for The Love Surrounds You, this the 2026 Right Out of Darkness. Now, this really freaking cool design, which I'm very jealous because I really want one, is the new like tiger stripe camo. So like I believe the Air Force they use, and maybe Space Force. I don't really know because you know like it's Space Force. They're kind
Click
of
on that baby and make her big.
Bam! Look at that. Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it?
That's pretty awesome.
Then, you know, it's got the 2026 logo on there. And basically for the logo, what we were trying to do this year was really kind of present like coming out of that dark place. So that's why like on the background, you will see like, it kind of looks like a night sky. Well, you know, to get to the light, you got to go through some dark. So that's kind of where, you know, that was coming from. And then obviously, you know, we still have same, but different. And then, you know, we have patches this year, for like the leather patches. We have these patches that are like the, your typical, embroidered patches. Now we do have some that, you know, do not have the year, but if you want one with the year, you have that option as well. And then, okay, I have to talk about this one because it was my son and I am so proud of him. This was actually his community project for 8th grade last year. And he had to do something that was going to be impactful to the community, to help, you know, like make everything better, whatever. This is his design. He chose this because of the fact that like my husband is an Army Ranger veteran. I am a Marine Corps veteran. We both struggle with mental health issues. And so that's why he picked this, is because he sees what his dad goes through and he wanted to do something that really could potentially help his dad like deal with his PTSD and things like that. So I don't know why I'm getting emotional. It's fine.
That's so awesome.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal, especially in 8th grade, for him to be able to describe, you know, his dad literally like on a motorcycle coming out of the darkness. So it's awesome to be able to see them express that.
And he's seen how like fireworks, you know, for the longest time, like my husband just couldn't do fireworks. And it's so amazing that he did this. So, anywho, now that I am done being
good, I'm not the only one over here crying.
I hope you got your the phone call where it's like, hello, this is recruit blah blah blah. I have made it to whatever the Air Force thing is, and you know they have like the script on the payphone type thing.
I have not. I got the text that I'm about to land in San Antonio. He's been going at it since 4 a.m. and I just got the text that this might be the last time I have my phone. So I'm waiting on that call.
If it comes from a weird restricted number, answer it.
I know, and I'm hating that. Everyone hates spam numbers nowadays. I know you all do. And I'm like, no, I got to have my phone on all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I was saying, you know, like we have all of this awesome merch, you know, we're constantly coming out with new stuff, and I really hope that everyone will get to participate. If you don't get to participate this year, I really hope that you get a t-shirt, because at the end of the day, like the funds that come from the merch and everything all goes back to all the individuals. You know, it goes back to you know, like the veterans. It goes back to those individuals that struggle with their mental health and all of that, because it helps with the scholarships, and it helps make this whole entire thing better and better every single year. So
And I'll add that Bree, and you know, and I had been talking about starting a Right Out of the Darkness writing group, and it finally hit me that, you know, there's all these other areas that, you know, want to have a rally ride. We've got Texas, we've got Alabama wanting to have a ride. And we decided to just, let's start a writing group. There's a writing group Facebook page. And right now it is, you know, right in Lakeland, Florida. But one of the cool things about this is as we grow the merch and grow, you know, a community of people that ride together, whether it be bikes, Jeeps, cars, and then as that community grows, we can have, you know, the Jeep Club riding group, Ride Out of the Darkness riding group, where they're meeting every single month. So for all the travel train people, I think that's something that maybe we can consider starting up in the areas where we're just having a once a month writing group. We're riding together, go eat lunch together once a month. And that is where the community is going to build in all the different other areas. And, you know, Bree pulled off this first one, and we did throw in there, okay, let's, you know, wish Chase, you know, a goodbye and good luck for the Air Force. It was this send off. But I think we should be doing that, you know, for everybody in the community, especially veterans and anybody that's struggling. Maybe somebody's going through cancer. So we can have a theme every month around how do we make our community feel better? How do we support our community? So a lot of this merch as we build will also go hand in hand with that as well. So thank you to Bree for pulling that off and getting that started. I was going to actually, Mallory, talk to Mallory about, you know, starting that, you know, and having a writing group in the Alabama, Georgia area. And then, you know, she's a part of the leadership group this year so that she can learn, okay, how do I, you know, get a ride and rally going on? But you can't have a ride and rally without people in a support team. And I think if we start off by building, you know, a once a month writing group, and if that builds into more often throughout the month, you know, with Jeeps and bikes and whatever, then that's where your community to host a ride and a rally is going to come from. So keep that in mind as we keep growing.
well, and kind of like what you and Holly kind of touched on is like that's how the Ride Out of Darkness really started, right? It started out as a small little thing, and then each year it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's kind of, you know, where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely. So more to come on that. Thank you, Bree, for all the designs this year and getting that happening. And we've got an awesome t-shirt design, and I think it speaks volumes, you know, from all the different vehicles that are in it to actually coming out of the light. So very, very grateful for you and all the work that you've been doing. So yeah, I was hoping to have more sponsors on, but I don't know that we let everybody know, you know, in time. I'd love to give a chance, you know, to the travel train captains or anybody else that would kind of like to speak up or offer some suggestions. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but Kermit, Lori, Mallory, if there's anything you want to add in regards to Ride Out of the Darkness and maybe your experience with it or what's coming or something that's new, you can feel free to speak up. I don't think we'll take a whole hour on just talking about the sponsors. I do want to take a second and verbally, you know, go through the sponsor list and explain the different categories. So as I do that, think about whether y'all want to speak up or not. OJ, did you have something?
Yeah. I think it'd be neat to know for those who are sponsors here, ways in which Ride Out of Darkness has personally, and also how it has impacted their business somewhat.
Holly, you're unmuted. Do you want to hit on that?
Sorry, every time I mute it, my MacBook does not want to give me my volume back, but I can. That's fine with me. Way to put me on the spot, by the way.
Sorry. That's how these lives go for all of us.
Apple and technology, man, it's not my friend tonight. So as far as, I guess, exactly what OJ was saying about how it's affected for Stuart, for instance, we kind of know from basically the month of like mid-August till to the end of September, and then obviously leading up to the ride, that's what we're going to eat, sleep, and breathe. And usually we have our customers who will come in, who will, you know, get oil changes, or we'll make sure to mention, hey, you've got a pretty nice ride there, even the Broncos, and sit there and pretty much say, you know, I could really use you out there at this event. So like we really push it. Obviously we push it throughout the year, but more leading up to the event. And obviously through connections over the years, Stuart has also been grateful to find you a wonderful spot to actually start the ride. So grateful for that. And also Bolton's. I cannot speak highly enough about Bolton's for your tow company. They're amazing, and again, that's who our recommended tow company is. And also, this isn't something that's just another event for them. It's also personal. So you know, you get excited whenever you've got the people who you see so much every day, day in and day out, and they find the reason that, you know, your company trusts and loves this event so much is because it's not just another event. It's also like you're putting purpose and meaning into the people who fought that fight, and they're still here, and there's people that they don't even know that's fighting for them. So to answer your question, I guess, you know, we just get excited about the event. You know, there's nothing else to kind of touch base on. Your auto repair. So, you know, we're going to see people day in and day out. But for us personally, it gives us a really reason to kind of, you know, get excited. And for me and a coworker, we're actually planning on doing our Jeeps this year, teal and purple. I've been told that I think I'm teal and I think she's purple. I forget how it is, but you know, we have to make ourselves stand out because we're just extra over there at Stuart. We just love to be extra. So that's what I've got. And I would unmute myself, but I'm afraid my computer is gonna take my volume away again. So I'm just gonna stop talking.
You're good. That was good, and we heard you all clear, and it's also true. So definitely grateful for that. Melissa, maybe you can talk about how you have, you know, participated in the past, and then same thing with Recreate. If you can hear, you're on mute though.
Melissa, you're good now.
Oh, okay. I lost sound. I didn't know if Amanda was talking to me or I couldn't hear anything. I still can't hear anything. Uh-oh.
Can you hear now?
I'm going to jump out and come back in.
While she's coming
That's one of the
back
challenges we've found. I said that's one of the challenges we found is people will lose their hearing and they have to jump off
Bree,
the
while
live
she's jumping in and jumping
and then
out,
come back
next
in.
year we need some Jeep badges. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes.
We need some Jeep badges.
I do have some stickers. I got some stickers coming out. I just haven't gotten to them yet.
Yeah. Holly, you'll have to get with Bree and send her like the examples and stuff like that so she has a better understanding. That'd be awesome. So, Melissa, are you able to hear now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm going to let you take on and answer OJ's question.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I was drawn to the Love Surrounds You right out of darkness. I mean, the same way I was drawn to the line of work that I'm in, and the two really just go hand in hand. You know, I've, you know, shared my story before that I was a sufferer of mental health problems, an eating disorder, severe depression, you know, thinking about suicide a lot, and I found the light. I was able to come out of the darkness. So that's how I ended up, you know, working in the mental health field. And that's what our facilities are all about, helping people find the light. That's one of my favorite parts of the job in this line of work is sometimes someone will be in treatment and they're just miserable and like you see the light click on, and that's one of my favorite parts. So yeah, we're definitely hoping, and this is our first year sponsoring. So, as of now, it hasn't done anything for the business, but I really hope that we can build some type of a partnership and, get referrals and help people find the light. Because, the goal would be to prevent anybody, from ending their life due to, mental health issues or even addiction issues, when people die of overdose. It's they're all kind of entwined. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I wanted my company to take part of it, and it's a beautiful cause.
Thank you, Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
And we're excited to have you on in each of those different ways. And I'm definitely looking forward to the partnership. Let's get people help. I am going to hit on all the current sponsors that we do have. I did post a list on Facebook as well. And like I said, I am making a video for each of the sponsors. So we have our presenting sponsor, which is the top sponsor. And I want to give Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo a shout out. As you know, if you've been there, it is a big, big facility. It's actually a $25,000 venue that we pay a $250 cleaning fee for. So they have easily taken that spot, and they met out there with the team last night to come out late at 6:30 at night to walk the grounds and see if we're going to change anything up. So big shout out to the Sun and Fun. And then we have our hero sponsor, Amanda Santana. She is with Travel and Dreams, and she does, obviously she sets up travel arrangements for people, and she has been a bright light, someone who has, last year she was not even able to make the event because 3 weeks before the event, she got in a motorcycle accident, and she's been going through lots of different surgeries and her own personal mental health struggles and physical struggles. And I just want to give her a shout out because she is one of our biggest supporters. She's always blasting, sharing our stuff. And, if you haven't followed them on Facebook, please go follow each of these sponsors on Facebook and help promote them and share their business. And that one is Travel and Dreams. And then our other hero sponsor is Stewart Auto. And they, like I said, have been with us since day one. This will be their 6th year with us. So thank you, Holly, for stepping up for Jason and Jenna and everything that Stewart Auto does. And then we have champion sponsors, Lakeland Regional Health, which is the local hospital in the area. And they've got lots of different departments. They recently, just a few weeks ago, saved my husband's life from a STEMI massive 100% blocked widow maker heart attack. And, outside of that, they're very involved in mental health. They've always been a vendor for us, but this is their first year stepping up and sponsoring. So I'm looking forward to their continued sponsorship. And then we have Hog Law. Hog Law has been with us for 5 of the 6 years, and they are one of the attorneys that, fight and support motorcycle accidents. I don't know if you've ever seen that orange sticker. It's big and bold that says Hog Law with Brad Souders. They have been amazing. They're very active in the community, and we support their sponsorship and partnership as well. We have Star Distribution, which is based out of Plant City. They're a distribution company for semi-trucks and getting all kinds of goods all over for us. And that was one of our family members. When my sister took her life, Star Distribution supported the family that they had there, and they've always played an extra role. Rachel, who my aunt works with them. Rachel, who is our raffle director, works with them. And then they've got an entire team that's coming out, and volunteering their hours and their day to pull off, the raffle basket booth, the Love Surrounds You booth inside the vendors. So we're so grateful for them. Then we have Dixie Belle Paint Company, who is a champion sponsorship. This is year 2 for them. And Kevin has gone through a lot of things with his family, and some of that is, personable. He actually comes from military. He also wrote a book. Let me see if I have it right here. Actually, it was such a cool story. It's called Searching for Peace and Purpose, an ordinary man's extraordinary journey out of the darkness. And he wrote this Out of the Darkness book before he even knew about our organization. And it's been, Kevin Fulford is the author. And again, he is with Dixie Belle Painting Company. Obviously, they're a painting company and they do a lot of painting in the area. So if you need a painter, definitely hit them up. I hope one day he is able to share his story. What I'll say right now is please keep him and his family in your prayers. They are going through a really, really, really hard time. And even during that hard time, people like this continue to support others and give their hours and give their money to help others feel better. So check out this book. It's amazing. Fran Hashlaw Group, man, they've done so much for us. They've been a sponsor for the 5th. This will be 5 out of 6 years as well. They're also the ones who, bring in a photographer. They brought in a photographer for our ride last Saturday. I wasn't even expecting that. They sent a photographer for that and posted that on their website. They do a lot in the community too. They're more in the Pinellas area. And I hope to get them on a call and do some sort of Zoom interview with them soon. If you've ever seen Fran, she's the attorney that walks around with her pet goat and she's all over the place. So they're amazing. And they do the same thing with helping, with lawsuits, and they're very involved in the biker community. And I'm forever grateful for them. They also support and send out and have the connection with Full Throttle, who also support the bike show every single year. So they not only are a sponsor, but just like Stewart Auto does with the banner, they add in so many other, beautiful things to make this event the best it can be. And then we have B&B Wholesale Granite, along with Burns Flooring and Kitchen Design and Burns Custom Kitchen. They're all 3 different organizations run by the Burns family. And they rebuild houses, they do granite, they do flooring, they do all kinds of things. My husband personally works with B&B Wholesale Granite. If you need your floors done, house remodeled, they build brand new custom homes. They have, the Parade of Homes. They've won the Parade of Homes in the area every single year. They do a beautiful job. You can send them in there and they can gut it. And I don't know how they do it because I just don't have that mind. But you can look at, a 1980s home, and then all of a sudden it looks like a beautiful wide open mansion. It's amazing. So thank you to them and their sponsorship every single year. We have a new champion sponsor in honor of James Doble Jr. And our route and safety director knew this young man personally. I attended his service this past year, just not too long ago. And his family donated towards a champion sponsorship. They actually just donated the money, not realizing the amount they donated I put them into this category. So you'll see some of us wearing the wristbands in honor of James and keeping his memory alive. So keep that family in your prayers, because we all know that as soon as any kind of grief happens, these holidays and the first times for everything are really hard for people. So thank you to him and his family. Community sponsors, we have J&K Plumeris. I always like this one and love that bulldog. They're kind of part of the same organization. My sister Kayla actually runs the Plumeras, and the little story behind that, she wasn't able to get on. She actually hates being on camera. but the Plumera was my little sister's favorite flower. And it's just been like little things that have come about. And she like got her first Plumera plant. And next thing I know, she's got an entire business worldwide for Plumeras. That they're an exotic flower. They're very beautiful. And then of course they're into breeding and keeping the line of English bulldogs. And then we have Golf Roof Systems. This is their second or third year participating and sponsoring as a community sponsor. Obviously, they do roofs. So anybody that needs a roof, they are amazing. They've got a great quality. And we had Donna. She was part of this organization. She was our volunteer director, and she kind of got another job that added a lot more hours. So she's had to back out of the leadership position with us, but she's still supporting the community. They continue to show up. So if you need a roofing company, please get with Golf Roof Systems. They're amazing humans. Refresco Lakeland is new this year. They're actually donating towards our kids zone. So our kids zone last year, we had like a blow up bounce house thing and a couple other things, and they're helping that grow. So make sure we're spreading the word that, you know, this is a family event. It's safe for kids. We are actually going to have and already have, you know, volunteers that are going to watch over the kids, you know, that we know have, we're even have done background checks on them. They're not the babysitters, you know, but they're going to make sure everybody kind of stays safe. So we've got an entire kids zone this year that's continued to grow, and Refresco has helped with that. And then of course, this year, as of today, now we have Recreate Behavioral Health Network, which is Melissa, and she's told you all about that. And we're definitely looking forward to that partnership. So thank you, Melissa, and that entire team. That's amazing. And then these are kind of the supporting sponsors. We've got the Auburndale Speedway, which is our starting point. And they went out and met with them last night. You know, Colette came out, I don't know, 7:30 last night to meet this team and to kind of walk the grounds and look at everything. And they also give out free admission tickets to come out to some of their, you know, the different speedway shows that they have. They also provided the breakfast, the coffee, and all of the waters last year. They help do a lot. So they're advertising us. If I could, you know, afford, or we could afford, you know, a flag for every single pole that they have, we're getting them slowly to them, but they blast their flags all across the entire front way of the speedway for the entire month. And as a reminder, Suicide Awareness Month is September. So we're really going to pump this up and, you know, start the month off right. So thank you to them. And then Fast and Sketchy is a supporting sponsor. Like I said, they host the website, and Bree creates the merch design, and then Fast and Sketchy helps make it and get it produced. The flags are the only separate thing away from that we put them on the website, but we have to do a separate order to anyone that wants a flag, and we use FlagFest for that. We're definitely open to looking at, you know, other companies that, you know, if anybody else knows other flag companies, but we do process that order through the website as well. So thank you to Fast and Sketchy for that. And obviously I'll add to that, you know, that's a veteran-based company. You know, my husband did 25 years in the military, and, you know, he's good with doing the granite, but his heart is in the biker community, the veteran community. And so now his heart is literally spread wide open to really hit on some of the political stuff and just, you know, really getting into God and some other things. So check out that website as well, fastandsketchy.com. We add Roscoe's Chili Challenge. If you don't know what that is, they have an event every single year for the last over 40 years right here in Lakeland. And they have an entire weekend where people from all around the country come. It's kind of like Bike Week in a very short weekend. And it is anything from wild to all kinds of things. So They always support. I can send them a message, and they have a ton of following. And Roscoe passed this past year, so his son David has actually stepped up into that position of continuing that on. But I can send them a little message, and they blast it out to everybody, and support us in that way, and getting registrations and things like that. And then, as Holly mentioned, another supporting sponsor is Bolton Towing Service. And she hit on that, and we're definitely grateful for them. You'll see last year's pictures of them having the big Ride Out of the Darkness flag on the front of the truck, and they'll be following us. So we've got Lakeland Harley that is happy to pick up the bikes and all of that, but we've got Bolton's Towing for the Jeeps, the cars, the bikes, anything. So, and luckily we did not need him last year for that. But you never know. We actually have prior years. We didn't last year, but we always did prior years, have somebody that ended up having to get out of the line and break down. So it's definitely a needed service, and they've been a great asset to and partner for Ride Out of the Darkness. And then we had the commemorative Air Force Tampa Bay Wing, and some of you got to do flights last year with them. They're the ones that came over and did the smoke show, and they gave, we did raffles for some of the rides. I know I saw Lori got off, but we owe Lori a ride. So hopefully we can get her a ride in the airplanes this year, and they'll be back this year. We're trying to confirm the details of what that will look like with the smoke show and the rides and all of that, but they'll be out again this year. And then Lakeland Harley not only sponsors, but we consider them a co-host. I think we always will for this specific ride, because it started there. They were the ones when I learned how to ride and I didn't know what to do, and I was lonely and knew that I heard this calling of, hey, just get some people together and start this. It started at Lakeland Harley, and within 2 years, it outgrew Lakeland Harley. As you can see, the Sun and Fun's so packed. Imagine once upon a time, the first couple of years that ended at Lakeland Harley every year. So how we've incorporated them back in is they're going to start off a bike night to start off the Suicide Awareness Month. That is September 4th coming up. I guess that's next week, right? Friday night, and we'll be out there. The entire team will be out there. They've got a ton of vendors. They've got all kinds of awesome things happening. So we're trying to really get that word out. And that's also our last push for pre-registrations, September 4th, with that next Monday, pre-registrations ending, and signing up volunteers. We still need a ton of volunteers. I've got some volunteers, it's funny, that said, like, you didn't need me too much last year, so I'm just going to come for the ride. And everyone loves to come for the ride, and I love that everybody loves to come for the ride. But we need over 200 people to pull this off without to pull it off smoothly. And I'll give one example. A volunteer, a director, for example, or a volunteer person that just is a simple point person for the volunteers, versus also having a point person for the sponsors. That person's typically been me, and I have learned as this grows, it is absolutely impossible for me to have 200 volunteers and 20 different sponsors trying to give everybody it out. So I'm still asking for a ton of support for the day of. So let's definitely get that word out. And so thank you to Lakeland Harley for pulling it off. We're actually messaged them earlier today, and we're trying to get the Dukes girls out there for the September 4th event. And it sounds like that's going to happen. So it'll be a fun night. And then Revolution Church will always be a considered co-host. They are, again, the first the church and their writing group that they have are the first ones that helped pull all of this together. They were a part of the first 30, that said, let's do something for the community. Revolution Church and Lakeland Harley were the starting points. I think we lasted 3 years starting at Revolution Church and outgrew them. So now we're at the Speedway. So thank you to them. Most of the people that attend that church, a team of them are on the leadership. So they still play a very, very active role in this. And that's also when we have our in-person leadership meetings, our volunteer thank you lunch. is always at the Revolution Church. They always open up the doors for us there. And then Infidels Motorcycle Club, they do a lot of pushing it out, a lot of obviously they're partially with the escorts with the sheriff's office. We've got so many people from around the nation. We've got infidels coming from Texas, North Carolina, and then they're building their communities and building relationship with Harley dealerships all around the entire country to pull this off. And at the end of the day, they're very involved. They're all veterans or active military, so they are all about helping each other, that brotherhood and sisterhood. So it's been very, very cool to watch that and learn from that. And I think that's part of the reason my son is now in San Antonio at the Air Force, is because of being around those kind of guys and what an influence they have, because I'll just share a little piece about that. My son was an isolator. Obviously, we've, went through a lot of things with my sister's grief or my sister's death. And then his father passed at the age of 40 from what I would call suicidal alcoholism. I mean, he purposely drank himself to death a couple years ago, and Chase sat in the hospital for 59 days watching that. So he's never been anyone. And, people like Bree and other people in the military have just really stepped up and played an active role in his life, to where, I would have been worried a year ago for him to go. And the mindset that has switched from him has changed because of these kind of people. So thank you. And I'm just forever grateful for every single person that's played a role like that. And I know they've helped so many others. So it's so cool to watch. And then we always add in, in honor of my mom personally has always donated money to make sure my sister's name, Kristen Tenpenny, continues to be on that t-shirt and stay in honor of her. We add Rusty Harrington. He was the pastor of Revolution Church. He's the one that initiated all of this through the Revolution Church. And if Angel Harrington is the vendor director, she has been a constant part of this since day one as well. And that was her husband, and Philip is the operations director. Nikki is a registration director. That Philip and this was Philip and Nikki's dad, was Rusty, and he passed during COVID. And that was during the really hard days of COVID. And so we keep his honor there, because this is one of the reasons why it grew. And then we add Rhodey and Soch, who were infidels that also made this happen. And both of them passed in pretty bad motorcycle accidents in the last few years. So, and their families continue to support Right Out of the Darkness, and they continue to show up. They continue to show up for the community, and they love us and we love them. And I hope that's kind of how it continues to build. So that is the current list. I know we're at an hour. I just really wanted the opportunity to kind of hit on everybody and what they have meant to me. I'm sure I just briefly hit on it, but hopefully we'll get some of these to do like little interviews, and we can start getting that out. So I think that's all I have. Is there anybody else? Is OJ still on? Because I don't know where he went. Thank you for bringing that up, Bree. Yeah. And I'm working on using those and to make into videos as well. Kermit, do you want to hit on anything?
No, but I do want to say congratulations to your son on starting his military career, reporting into San Antonio. I personally am at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, beginning to out-process mine, and my last day in uniform will be Friday, and then I'll be retired November 30th. So congratulations to him.
Congratulations. Well, definitely send us a picture. So Kermit is one of the travel train captains coming out of there. So definitely check his page out. Look at the travel train page. His leadership pieces there. And this will be how many years for you, Kermit? 3 years?
This will be my third year, and I think I still owe you a bio.
You do. I got your picture and all the links, but yes, I'd
Okay.
love a bio.
I'll get it for you before Monday.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. And I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you.
Yes,
Give
ma'am.
you a big
Thank
old hug. Congratulations on retirement. That's a big, big deal.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Is OJ still on or no? I think he had to, yeah. Okay. Melissa, do you want to share anything else? Do you feel pretty good about everything? Okay. Bree, anything else? All right. Well, we're at an hour. We'll wrap it up. I don't know how we always do it, but somehow we end up talking the whole time. And I think we're only going to last 20 minutes. So this is pretty good. Awesome. All right. I think we'll end it here. I love you all and thank you all for the support. Keep pushing. Let's shoot for that September 7th date so that everybody gets their t-shirts in time and it's less registration and big crowds, you know, when we don't wait till the day of to register. And again, I always tell everybody, even if you don't come that day, because everybody is always worried about rain or shine, even if you don't come that day, you've got a $30 t-shirt in hand, you know, so your investment is not only helping somebody else at the end of the day, but we're making sure that you have something, you know, in honor of your investment into this mission. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Bye, Kermit. Bye, Melissa. Bye, Bree.
Have
Love
a good
y'all.
night, everyone.
Yes, sir.